Hello there, I'm Steve from Mac84, and today we are testing something that could be alternative to one of these little duster cans. So this is something I saw, I purchased it, not sponsored or anything like that. I just saw that it was one of these things that will be able to blow air and maybe dust out computers and such like that. And I'm always going through these. I'm always buying more of them. Apparently they're not too environmentally friendly and all this stuff, but they're one-use cans. And this is an electric thing that, well, it boasts that it's supposed to do the same thing. So I want to see how well it actually works. It is electric, so it's not a battery-powered one or anything like that. So I haven't tested it before. I have a dusty G5 tower that I got from an e-waste place, and we're going to see how well it works. I don't know if we're going to get any better results than we do with one of these cans, or if it's going to perform worse, but I didn't really see any reviews of this model, so I'm really curious how it works, and let's give it a real-world test. Now I am outside, there's a lot of different noises and stuff going on, so I can't control that, but this thing is going to make a lot of noise anyway, so maybe it doesn't make any difference. Alright, so let's take the side panel off of this. And there's a good amount of dust in here. Not a terrible amount, but a good amount of dust. I guess let's test with this first, see if we get some of this finer dust off of this. Yeah, alright. Let's see how this compares. Not really getting a whole lot of it off. I mean, this is like kind of like caked in there, like pushed in there. Yeah, this isn't really doing much to that. We do have a paper towel here. Yeah, for dust like this, where it's just these fine particles that are stuck onto something, you have to use a paper towel, I think. This is not gonna... That's doing absolutely nothing. A lot of the dust in this machine is like that. It was probably, mixed with something in the air, and it looks like it's sticking to a lot of components. So I'd be surprised if any of this could actually come out from either the can or the duster. Well, maybe we'll have to get another machine. Maybe that'll be a better test. Yeah, this is not doing much. I think a lot of this has some moisture to it. Let's try this. That's not really doing much. I think this dust is too much for this. It's hard to get off even with the paper towel. Yeah, so this is probably not a good candidate of a machine for this. So let's get something else. Let's try something else. All right, so let's see how dusty this thing is. Oh yeah. So this PC tower is very dusty, and I think it's the perfect type of dust to test with our little experiment here. Whenever you have dust that's mixed with oil or moisture or anything like that, it's tough to remove, but I don't think that'll be the case in this machine. So unlike our G5 tower, I think we'll have a better result with this PC. And by the way, this electric duster did come with a few accessories. We have some plastic attachments, 2 replacement air filters, a cleaning solution, which I don't think I'll be using, and we have some of these little tiny brushes. It would have been nice if there was maybe a detachable brush on one of these nozzles, but that's not included. I'm sure some of these attachments would be useful, but I didn't see the need to use any of them today. We also have a very skimpy manual which informs us it's of the best quality, and it warns us about blowing air in our faces. Good advice. Alright, so let's try this air duster, let's say right in this area here. Alright, that did a pretty good job. Pretty much cleared away the dust except for that base layer there. So you can see there's still a little bit of dust there, but the big chunky pieces have been blown away. Only for a few seconds. I'm going to try and do the same on the other machine. Alright, now to just do a short test with the other machine. Okay, so the left side was with the air duster, the right side was with this. Obviously this was a bit more powerful. Some of the dust, not all of it, but some of the dust on the metal has been cleared away. Not so much on this side, although maybe one was sitting longer than another, who knows. But I think they're equally just as effective in this scenario. Okay, so I think that was quite effective. We got probably 90% of the dust out of there. Again, some of the stuff that is sticking to the cables and stuff like that, a little bit harder to remove. Let's see, there's this power supply here that still has some dust on it. That seems to be quite effective. Let's compare with this. Yeah, I mean, I would say they're pretty comparative here, just in this test, which is not comprehensive, obviously, but you know, either one I think is going to do you pretty well. Okay, let's try it on this fan. This fan has just been sitting around. Obviously, the bunny hair has somewhat gotten to it. This fan hasn't been used in a while, so it's collecting dust. It's just sitting there. Hair is collecting in it. Let's see if this solution here will help us out, or I mean, the can works fine. Let's see how this compares. Well, I definitely feel better using this because this thing's about to run out. So I could use this for a longer period of time, and it's doing a good job on this. The dust is loose. Again, some of the dust that's like caked onto the surface here that you have to like loosen with your fingers or a brush or something like that, that is not going to come off with either this device or with one of these. That's just the nature of this. But this is doing a pretty good job in this test. Now there is a light at the end of this nozzle here, and well, it's a light. I don't know how useful it is, but it's included, so. All right, so that's somewhat better. So obviously these are two very different products. This is portable and is consumable. There's only a short period of time you could use this before the can is extinguished, and then you're done. You have to go and buy another one or anything like that. It's not rechargeable, not refillable. Where this is pretty much you know, infinite usage as long as the filter lasts. We already have some dust on the filter there that I guess you could take out or clean. But you know, there's a motor in here, nothing lasts forever. But you know, for $50, you know, these are not too cheap either. So for $50, I would wager something like this, or one like this, doesn't have to be this brand or anything like that, would be a good choice for anybody who is cleaning out computers or just has a lot of equipment or a lot of stuff they get that's dusty. You can see how powerful it is. It has a lot of attachments. I would have liked to see an attachment that had a thinner output. Maybe, you know, like a straw like this. That may not be possible with the amount of air this pushes out. It may not be a good idea, but you know, just a thought. Also would have been nice to see one of those plastic attachments with a brush on the end. I did see some of those. I did not purchase those. They were a little more expensive. And I guess you could always 3D print one or just tape a brush onto there, or use one of the small brushes it came with and brush while you blow or whatever. But you know, this is not a bad device. This is the first time I'm using it, so I'm going to see in my subsequent work of cleaning out machines and computers and stuff like that, if this is as good as its initial impressions give me hope for that it is good as. But I'm running out of things to say about it because it blows, but in a good way. In these more stubborn areas, you can still use a can of compressed air or this electric duster to remove the dust, but you do need to use a brush or your hand or something to move and scrape off that dust, or it really won't budge. So the big question is, will this replace this? And I think in most cases, yes. I'm going to try and certainly use it more than I use those cans. I don't have an unlimited supply of those cans. In fact, this is the last one I have. So I'm going to try and use this for my everyday purposes of cleaning out computers and stuff. And it's reusable, so that's nice. I don't have to go out and buy cans or anything like that. And it's smaller. It's more compact than like a leaf blower or a shop vac or something like that. It has a two-prong plug there, so that is easy to plug into an outlet or extension cord. It does have those adapters there, so you can plug those in to the end of this. This switch is a push switch, and as soon as you release it, the device turns off. So if you are expecting to just click a button and hold it, it's not going to work that way. That is probably done for maybe safety reasons. I don't know if the motor is tolerated or rated rather to stand up to such abuse if you hold this down more than a few minutes or so, but I'm not going to try that. But I think it's not a bad design. It's pretty compact. I thought it would be bigger, I'm sort of regretting getting the white model because it's showing all the dust on it, but they do have it in black and I think blue as well. So there you go, seems to work okay, and I'm curious to see how this is going to hold up in my future restorations and such, but I think it's going to easily replace one of these things because it certainly blows a lot of air, and I guess that's a good thing. But hope you enjoyed this quick little video, and happy cleaning.